And tonight we're in for a treat because we're going to find out. And this is genuinely really exciting because you guys and us are going to find out right now who's in the panto this year. Are you excited about that?
Yes!
Please welcome director and producer Michael Harrison and Hippodrome hero Mr. Matt Slack, everybody.
There's sunshine in Birmingham. It's not the bleeding winter.
Oh,
Great, loving it, yeah.
Nice to
I
meet
want to
you.
see the adult version of that. There's a little twist.
Well, if you wait half an hour,
You
mate.
can read the things that are going through my mind. Anyway, move on. Sorry.
Michael,
Hello.
so you're the man in charge.
Well,
if you can be in charge of Matt and the team.
Yeah.
But you're in charge of pretty much every single panto in the world.
Most of
No,
them.
seriously, this guy is Mr. Panto. What is it about pantomime?
Well, it's a rare form of theatre, isn't it? It's real escapism. It's unique in its combination of, especially what we do here, musical theatre combined with variety. And it's the only type of theatre, really, where you rehearse with one member of the cast who aren't there, and that's the audience. You know, we rehearse it in a room together, and it's just not the same without a crowd. And if there was no crowd there, well, he'd look really stupid. So
I look stupid with a crowd.
we do like it when you turn up. And thankfully they do at the Hippodrome, as you say, in the tens of thousands.
Absolutely. And what is it about Brum as well? Because we've taken panto to our hearts here, haven't we? And the audiences here, they are the best in the world, aren't they?
Yeah. They're a great audience, and they, you know, I think they really respond to the size and the spectacle of the show, but they love to laugh, and, you know, laughter is the best thing in a pantomime. And I was just saying before, there's something very special about the Hippodrome Auditorium, because it's on two levels. If you imagine other theatres across the UK, where you have stalls, then you have a circle, then you maybe have an upper circle, and then you have a gallery, what that can do is it can make everybody in a little room of their own experiencing the show. At the Hippodrome, it's like everybody's in it together. That circle, there's more people in that circle than there are in the stalls. Somebody once described it as being on the football terraces. And there's a kind of communal love of what's going on the stage. So I think that makes the Hippodrome very unique.
Fantastic. And Matt, 6 years. 6 years, everyone.
Thanks for having me back. 6 years, yeah. God, where's that gone? It's just flown by. Flown by.
So what keeps you coming back? Because it's not an easy thing to do, is it? And your kind of part starts now, so it's pretty much a full-time job all year.
It's become that, to be honest. I mean, we finished last year was a great show, wasn't it? Last year was that was a belter. We had such a good time on it, such a lovely cast, as it is every year. And you sort of, the build-up is very intense, very stressful to come up with the ideas. Me and Michael work very well together, and then you're so exhausted by the end of the run. I literally collapse for a couple of months, switch off. If somebody mentions panto, I punch them. It's the idea of get off. So you have to switch off, and then it slowly comes back, and the ideas and the excitement, this kind of event to see you guys, and what makes you want to come back year after year is you, the audience. That when you come out and you hear that rapturous applause and the love and the warmth you get. It blows my mind, and I never get bored of it. It's incredible. So thank you.
And I'm surprised it's still huge. And if you think of how the world has changed and technology and all of that, actually
It's round.
it is. I've heard that.
Yeah.
But are you surprised that it's still relevant?
Sorry, I love you.
I love you.
It's what relevant. Yeah. Well, what's good now is what's really good in this day and age with everything so PC, and if you tell a story, we've talked about this backstage, before, a fairy tale. If you actually dissect a fairy tale and analyse it, it could go down dodgy territory, and we don't want to do that. We want to be able to tell a story, a fairy tale, and put fun with it and make it a joyous occasion. It's just fun. That's what it's got to be.
Okay.
Magical.
So Peter Pan this year, you're playing Smee.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Great role. It's very different to like last year. Buttons obviously was the love interest of Cinderella. This year it's Smee. He's very similar to all the characters I've played before, but because it's a pirate, it's the adventure, swashbuckling, and I've played Smee many times. So I think hopefully you'll like what I do with it. So we'll have fun.
All right. Nice tease.
Yeah.
I've got a question. So, who saw Cinderella last year? Right, everyone.
Everyone,
Okay.
really.
Who didn't see it?
Yeah, exactly.
Stand up if you didn't see Stand up and leave the
Shame
room.
on
We're
you,
joking.
you
Just
idiot.
it was very, very
Missed
good.
out
But
there.
also,
At the end, I dropped it anyway. I killed a child. It was
he did.
brilliant.
This is the funniest thing I've ever seen on stage. I cried every night that I saw it. You actually dropped a child
Do you
on
know?
the stage.
Do you know what was good? We had the meeting with Michael in his office, and we shouted out to the head of production, a guy called Mark Sherwood, who is the health and safety. And the comment was, he said, "Mark, can we drop a child into the orchestra pit?" And it was just something I've never thought you'd hear in a meeting, a creative meeting. But what was so enjoyable is I knew that it was coming every show. And normally that section when you get the kids out, you never know what's going to happen because they are they're lovely. Bless. See how I held that back? He ain't got a clue. Look at his face. So you never know what's going to happen, and you do. Sometimes you get. I'm there going, and some of them can be quite little, horrors. Anyway, so it's always enjoyable because it's spontaneous. But I knew what was going to happen. It's like having a little bomb in my pocket, a little atom bomb, and when it went off, it boom. And it's something that I don't think you'll ever see again in a theatre, and you can't recreate that.
Well, so how do you top it?
Well, I think hanging a child from a rope, swinging at the
End of the first half.
Yeah. 3 cheers for the child. Pip, Pip, he's dead. But you can't do that. No, you can't top it. So don't expect. I'm not going to do anything like that. But we'll still have a few surprises, and you'll still enjoy this one. It's going to be spectacular.
Okay, would you like to know who's in it?
Yes!
Michael.
Oh, I know, do I? Oh, yeah.
I hope so.
Well, it's a great cast. It's a very different cast to what we've had previously. But everybody asks in Peter Pan who's playing Captain Hook. And this year we're going to bring actually one of the nicest men you'd ever meet in show business to play one of the nastiest pantomime characters. And I'm thrilled, because I've never actually worked with him personally, I'm thrilled to announce that Captain Hook will be played by the one and only Jaymi Osmond.
There we go.
So all the Osmond fans will be racing in, and you don't have to be an Osmond fan to come and see the show. We've also got, playing the magical mermaid, a brilliant comedic actress who is very, very well known to the Midlands. She's originally from here. I've just worked with her on my West End production of Annie, and Meera Syal will be playing the magical mermaid. A great addition to the world of pantomime. We're very keen to bring new people into pantomime, like we did with Beverly Knight and with Danny Mac last year. So Meera's very, very excited. She's got family here. She's very excited to be coming and making her pantomime debut. Matt, of course, will be playing the role of Mr. Smee. He says it's a very different performance to his role as Buttons. I think it's the same in a different costume.
I was trying to be a bit.
But he's getting very arty, talking about swashbuckling and adventure and
same old stuff, but
no.
different.
So there they are. There's Jimmy. There's Meera. There's Matt. The role of Peter Pan, a phenomenally talented guy that the younger members of the pantomime audience will know from the band Union J. Jaymi Hensley is coming to play Peter Pan. He has the most phenomenal voice. It's the most brilliant voice, and I think that's another element that we know now that we love in the Hippodrome pantomime, that kind of musical theatre is well represented. We're also going to bring in something that we haven't really had as a reoccurring theme, and that's speciality acts. I mean, remember that this theatre at one point was a circus, on the site of a circus, and I think as much as we look forward in pantomime, it's always important to remember the things that have gone before us. So I want to introduce some speciality acts, and there's 2 phenomenal acts that are going to be in the show this year. The Timbuktu Tumblers are going to play the Neverland. This is a group of 7 guys who are extraordinarily talented. They're going to do a big routine with Matt. Matt's going to be working hard with them as well. Sorry, have I mentioned it before?
You never told me that.
Oh yeah. Matt's going to go on a very intensive course.
What am I going to break this year?
He might actually have to join the army. Actually, and they're a phenomenal act, and they will be the Neverlanders with Peter and everybody in the gang. And then Sascha Williams is going to join the show as the drunken pirate. And I worked with Sascha last year, but you will know him because he made the semi-finals of Britain's Got Talent. We all thought he was going to get through to the final, and kind of weirdly he didn't. Nobody really knows why, because the actor's phenomenal, and he's going to have a brilliant sequence on Hoop's ship where he basically stands on an awful lot of objects, and the audience have their fists in their hand because it's so, there he is there on Britain's Got Talent, and the whole thing lit up, and he played the guitar on that as well. So we've got, you know, a mixture of the old, the new, very old,
It's not your night, is it, mate?
No, I get- no, glad you're in.
I'm always here for you.
Don't touch me.
and a brilliant laugh.
You didn't say that last night.
Yeah, you can't even say it yourself.
Say it, I'm so excited.
Live on the radio, 96.7 FM.
On frequency.
Sorry, is it? Sorry.
You don't listen, do you?
I don't listen to it.
Listen.
Who are you
Tell
anyway?
me you
What are you
tuned
doing?
in.
Sorry. We're friends, really.
Used to be.
Carry on, Michael.
Am I
Sorry.
right?
What are we doing?
Sorry,
Peter
carry
Pan.
on. Peter Pan.
Who's in the panto?
Jimmy Osmond, Meera Syal, Jaymi, Matt Slack.
And a dog called Nana.
There you are. That's the cast.
That cast is a round of applause, I think, for the general phenomenal cast. I imagine you're happy about that.
Ecstatic is
Yeah.
the word. I mean, you know, you pulled out of the bag yet again, and such a great mixture of people.
I think it's going to make, and we've already got some great ideas, and Matt might join the Osmonds at one point.
It's about time. And you're obviously excited about it.
I'm very excited, mate. Yeah, I can't. It's my time of year. It's nice to come home to my second home. That's what it feels like here now.
Yeah.
And get back on stage and do what we all love to do.
And what's also really important about Christmas for Matt is that it's at that time of the year that he starts to wear socks. So it gets a little bit colder in the air, and he can dress properly.
Do you shave your legs, or are you just hairless?
How are you personal?
Ask him, just ask him.
Shave my
That's how
legs.
smooth they are.
That's because I'm naturally a goddess. No, that's not right, is it? I'm a Greek god. Imac.
Brilliant.
No, I do not shave my legs.
Very smooth, mate. Very
No, I know.
smooth. Very smooth.
see my
all the way to
nails.
the top.
I don't wear
Anyway.
socks. It's quite cool. Sorry. You still here?
We have time for some questions for the guys. Who
Not
would
about
like to
socks.
ask Matt or Michael a question? Yes, right in the middle.
I'd just like to ask Matt.
Yeah.
Did you get time to rehearse on Doctors last year?
Say again, Dolly. Sorry.
You were on Doctors?
On
I was
Doctors.
on Doctors. Was I?
Yes, you was.
Oh, yeah, I'm
I
gonna
just wondered if, how did you get time to rehearse that whilst doing
Well, we filmed it. We filmed the Doctor's episode, which was great. It was a very serious episode, actually. I had to play a character that had PTSD, so it was nice to do something serious a million miles away from what I do in Panto. But that was actually filmed in about this time in the summer, and then of course it got shown in January. Yeah, it was good. Did anyone see it?
Yeah. Yay!
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was nice contrast. So yeah, I'm quite proud of what I did there. I think it was good.
Sure it was. It always is. And you do EastEnders as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I do used to pop up as a copper every now and again. Say a few words, then pop off. But yeah, no, it's good. No, it's good.
Good. Anyone else got a question?
I lap
Yes.
dance every now and again as well.
Ask
Yeah.
Michael about the music that you have in the panto every year. How do you choose what goes into the panto in regards of music? Because the music is just wonderful.
The music, thank you. I always like to have a mix between original songs that the audience haven't heard, so they'll inevitably there'll be a theme, some kind of magical theme which will be used for the end of Act 1, but then we'll try and incorporate some pop songs as well, or maybe a parody. We just kind of sit and work it out as we structure the show. It'll also depend if anything popular has came up during the year. That hasn't really happened for a couple of years, but I think certainly this year everybody's getting excited about The Greatest Showman. So there's songs from The Greatest Showman. Like when we cast Jaymi as Peter Pan, he called me and he said, "I'll do it, but can you find a way that I could sing Rewrite the Stars from The Greatest Showman?" So he'll sing Rewrite the Stars with the kids on board the ship when the kids have been captured by Captain Hook, and Peter's saying, "I'm going to come in and save you." And then we'll work with our musical supervisors to find that one song, that song that talks about dreams and a better place and magic and fairy tale, And we've got a great one in this year's show, a great flying song when they all fly to Neverland, which I think you'll like.
Yes, the music that I love in the show, and the ones that aren't, you know, popular, they're getting me.
Well,
That's the best
we've got a
part.
couple of nice ones for you this year.
Yeah. The Sex Pistols, God Save the Queen. It's a classic.
That'll work really well.
Top of Act 2.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll send the kids off.
Just have the child that hangs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Tinkerbell a secret? No. Tinkerbell will be played by a fantastic actress from the West End. I just don't know who she is yet.
She's not called him back yet.
Wendy Tiger Lily. The great thing about when you do a show like the Hippodrome, you know, you want to bring West End talent, but what the West End artists want to do, the names that we wouldn't necessarily put on the poster, so that would be Wendy, Tinkerbell, and Tiger Lily. They're all in West End shows, and they might be in Les Mis or they might be in Phantom, and they might not know if they're going to leave yet. So I've started having conversations with them, and they'll kind of tell me as the year goes on. And that's just to make sure we get the best talent here. But we've also got a big trick with Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell will appear in the form of the actress, but we got some brand new technology when Tinkerbell takes the poison, which I'll not give away, but I think you'll enjoy.
Yes.
Was that me?
Yes, it is you.
Oh, hello, Matt. You're Birmingham Classic now for the Christmas pantomime. Is there anybody you absolutely love to work with?
Good
Oh,
question.
that's a great question.
Great question.
Oh, you put me right on the spot. There's so many. I can't even think of one right now. But I'm sure. I mean, I love working with Steve McFadden a few years ago in Dick Whittington because he's my mate, and it also gives me opportunity to
On stage,
on stage.
as an extra, as your other half. Come on.
I was me.
Who's your other girl?
Oh, the girl. Who do I fancy? What female performer who I'd like to work with?
Who your other half on the stage?
Oh, I mean, Beverly last year was just a joy. I'd like to work with Beverly again.
And her
She was
voice
brilliant
as
on
well
stage,
is
yeah.
just incredible.
She was awesome, but you know, it's she was
So
just.
you're saying you're done now?
No, there's always scope for. I'm always open to suggestions. I'm quite easy. Alright, calm down. Fellas.
Guy on the front row over here.
Question for Matt. How much freedom you do to your own ideas into the script, and how much is like scripted for you that you can't change?
Well, I'm very, very lucky there. We've got a great working relationship. You know, I want him to allow me to be free, and he wants me to be free as well. And that's how you collaborate, and we come up with some great ideas
true?
together.
Does that work for you?
I think he just said basically I let him do what he wanted.
Within reason. But it's a collaboration. So what's good about panto making it work is I'm the only one that should be able to go off. If everyone does it, it's messy. Then it's not. It's got to be polished, and I hope to think I know when to go off and when not to, and when to. But it's a lot of preparation, and it's more choreographed and calculated than you think, and we make it look like that.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be good because you come every year, and we want to make it the best it possibly can.
And just for example, you told me earlier on, so you guys have already had a chat about a set piece that you've got an idea for, and we're 6 months out, which is incredible, really, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you've got to start the process. Like I said before, you have a couple of months off to switch off and recharge, and then you've got to allow a little bit of yourself to be open to ideas. I may watch something in another show and go, that's a good idea, and Michael may send me something and say, what do you think of this? So it's a long process. What you see on stage takes a whole routine. Bear in mind, it's not like a comedy club. You can't go out and try these routines. It's the first time we've done them, but you get the idea, then you write it, then you put it on the floor and rehearse it, it changes, and then you see it for the first time, and it evolves. And we're pretty much praying, is it going to work? Is it funny? We don't know. And luckily, so far, you've liked what we've done and what we've achieved, and you appreciate the hard work that goes in, because it's a long process.
All right, I've got time for one more question, I think. Yes, sir.
Not so much a question, but it's a thank you actually, because from the actors' point of view, can I just thank you, Ross, for putting on their 2 relaxed performances at the Hippodrome here. It's a great day, great shows, and it's really appreciated that you take the time and trouble to do it.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's good.
And they're really special shows.
They are special shows, and you know, we know it's my favourite show at the whole run because I've got an autistic nephew and a niece that's got a condition that is deteriorating. I don't want to talk too much because it gets me, but when you go out there and you see the opportunity for families to bring kids that you wouldn't normally be able to because they're embarrassed, it allows the doors to open and it allows them to enjoy the show. And we don't patronise them. We just tone things down. If you want to go off, you can, you know. And we do, and it's a joy. It really is.
All right, make some noise if you're going to come see the panto. Peter Pan with Matt Slack and Meera Syal at the Hippodrome, Wednesday the 19th of December. Long run to Sunday the 27th of January. Please make some noise for these two guys, everybody.